Hey, this is Michael at digitaltshirtshop.com. So I was looking at some of my sales numbers yesterday, and I've seen a similar pattern happening on Digital T-Shirt Shop as I see happening on Family T-Shirt Shop. And I thought that I would share this with you. So on both of those sites, I have my domain name pointing to an Etsy pattern site. So in this case, if I go to digitaltshirtshop.com, now, there's some things that I like about this. I like the big bold header here, but there some really kind of some quirky things about it. Like, for example, where are my categories and things like that. You're limited on the number of categories. You're limited on the presentation within what you're selling here as well. Um, even though some of it like this is big and bold, I don't know, I don't necessarily I'm not necessarily really thrilled about the look and the feel of it. Um, and I also don't think that it's necessarily helping my sales. Family T-shirt shop does something very similar, and part of it's due to Etsy and their pattern site really not uh, giving you many options. It's like here's a site you can point your domain to, and it's just not branded with Etsy, even though it is Etsy. So, um, anyways, well, here's what I'm noticing with it. So I've gone ahead and I've got my sales and traffic numbers right here for ever since. So we started back in January. February, we had 45 visits but no sales. And then all of a sudden in March, we started getting some sales and some decent traffic, and then peaked during the eclipse. And now we're kind of settling down into something that's more consistent. But at the same time, we're trying to grow this business. If you were to go and look at uh, the Etsy version of the site, um, you've got your list of categories here, which it's hard also because they will only let you list 15 categories, so it gets a little hard. You've got to restrict yourself. Um, Product reviews and different things like that on the page, which help. Um, and I think people like buying through Etsy. I don't know what the deal is, but what was I going to show you here? Oh, we have. So here it says we've had 657 sales, and here it says we have 267 items listed. Sales listed. 5 stars, 58 reviews. Um, so, anyways, so you can see all of that. Sorry, I don't even remember where I was going with that. Anyways, when we're looking at this, you can see the number of sales, you can see the traffic, you can see that we've been having sales. And what I noticed is I kind of took these numbers that they were displaying in here and put them into a little chart. So I've got the number of, on each of these, you can see I've got Etsy. So on the Etsy site, I had 177 visits and 11 sales. On the pattern site, which is the one my domain name points to, 991 visits and no sales. Well, that's kind of dramatic. So I went and I kind of plugged them all in here. So on one side, I've got Etsy over here. I'll just color these. And on the other side, I've got my pattern site. You can see I've had 8,778 views over here and 334 sale transactions, which they must be counting t-shirts because there's a discrepancy between this and that, or they must be counting actual transactions. This might be counting actual t-shirts, units sold. Anyways, Over here, I've had 7,043 visits and only 6 sales. Like, no joke. Um, at this ratio, I mean, if I was selling at the same ratio as on the Etsy site, I should have had like 267 sales over here. And I've had 6. I mean, that's like, it's incredibly pathetic. It's incredibly pathetic. I've had, I mean, I don't even know what to say. And actually, on my other site, it looked equally bad. Now, on my family T-shirt site, I only started listing products on there about a year. I mean, it had been open for a few years, and there were a number of items listed on there, but I really didn't have any sales, and it just kind of sat there because I wasn't really interested in selling on Etsy. And it sat and it sat, and I really didn't start listing things on there till last fall. And I had noticed this trend before, but I thought that since we had a nice sales history now that I would point it out. Um, and I mean, really, it's atrocious. It really is atrocious. And I think the thing that needs to be decided here is really, is this worth it? Is this pattern site worth it? So at a minimum, I'm paying $15 a month for this. So I've paid $15 a month. Shifted my thing over. Let's not go over far enough. So I paid $15 a month for 8 months. $15 a month for 8 months. And 6 t-shirts, whether these were youth t-shirts or adult t-shirts, I'm not 100% sure, but if let's say the average is going to be $13.99 because $11.99, $14.99, probably half infant, half adult. I mean, right there, I would have brought in $83 in t-shirt sales at a cost of $120. So it's costing me far more to have this website, this pattern site with my domain name pointed to it than I'm even making. I mean, even the full cost of everything that I've sold off of it, 6 blasted t-shirts in 8 months. um, so it brings me to a pivotal point. Do I continue pointing that domain name here? So I'm going to generate sales either way. Now, this could, and that one of the other things I've kind of wondered is this similar to Cafe Press? Now, Cafe Press, well, and I would say no. Now, Cafe Press, one of the interesting things about Cafe Press is they advertise out the wazoo and pull people into Cafe Press and sell through the Cafe Press platform. But then they'll let you have a site that you can point domain names to and all those things, your own store. They're equally hard to sell off of. I mean, really equally hard to sell off of. And I noticed that 99% of what I sold on Cafe Press sold through the Cafe Press platform. So just having the item on Cafe Press, not taking the time to even worry about a store on Cafe Press was really the best option to do with Cafe Press. The whole store thing was ridiculous because no matter what happened, it was going to be a Cafe Press sale. It was just the way it was. Now, the interesting thing about this is that the Etsy pattern site is not branded as Etsy. I mean, it very, very much so does not look or even appear to say Etsy on it. Now, maybe down here at the bottom it says that it's powered by Etsy, but I mean, I don't know very many, at least me, I don't, when I go to buy something, I don't necessarily go to the website and go see who they're affiliated with. Um, I'm just going to see something here. Add to cart, proceed to checkout. Powered by Etsy. I mean, it's the branding. It's not as though the whole website says screams Etsy. You just have a secure powered by Etsy down here at the bottom. It's not. Um, it's not really doing. I mean, it's not like you don't have Etsy all over the top of it and everything like you would over here. Um, anyhow, I'm really wondering if I was to move this and point this domain name somewhere else, if we just may not have better sales. We'd have much more control over the presentation. We'd have much more control over what was featured and how it was featured. The only thing is I think about it and I go, oh my gosh, that is a lot of work. If I'm going to take, the 300 items or so that we have and turn around and list them on another website. Yeah, I mean, you're talking about, yeah, a lot of work. Now, if I was to do it through BigCommerce, I've already got spreadsheets and things that I've put together that I can do BigCommerce bulk uploads and be able to list the items on BigCommerce, much easier by following, some patterns that I have set up there. But um, I don't know. I'm wondering if maybe that might be a better option than this, because now my cost would be double. Instead of $15 a month, I'm probably paying $30 a month there. But I mean, $30 a month, more control, better presentation, possibly more sales. I mean, really, I couldn't do much worse than this aside from just not selling anything. Um, Anyhow, I thought I would share this with you. I'm going to mull it over in my mind a little bit and decide what I ought to do. Um, the BigCommerce platform is not a bad platform. Um, there are a few platforms that are a little bit more t-shirt friendly, but where I'm printing them all myself, it's more just a matter of having the simple options and things like that in place to be able to sell this. And I'm assuming that since I keep moving and tapping and this, that my microphone's probably going to pick up some loud noises. I'm sorry about that. I can't sit still. Um, Anyhow, so I'll let you know what I decide to do down the road here, and it'll probably be after I've gone ahead and started doing it, and then um, and it actually may be just pointing that domain name to a different website. Um, and anyhow, so that's what I've got. Would love to have you follow Digital T-Shirt Shop and see how successful we are as a business. Um, and which is what we're trying to share with you is the things that we're experiencing as a business, our sales, our pitfalls, our profitability. Um, to see what it's like starting a business from scratch. So it was funny. I was talking to somebody the other day, and I was telling them about this vlog, and that I had put this vlog together and been sharing it on YouTube, and I hadn't told anybody about it. And really, the whole digital T-shirt shop thing, I've really not told anybody about it. I do have, a lot of neighbors that are very supportive, and a lot of family that are very supportive. Um, but the idea was, you start something from scratch. How long does it take for it to become uh, profitable? How long can you just start something from scratch and have it go somewhere? And I think we've been able to do that. We clearly have not hit our goal. Um, I mean, even if you look at September sales, our goal is 10 t-shirts a day, and we're not even at one t-shirt a day for the month of September with our Etsy store. Well, I guess that's the how it's counting transactions right there. I've got it could be double that. So I guess we're only averaging less than one transaction a day. The actual numbers I know are better than that. So, um, but it has been a challenge to hit that 20 t-shirts a day. And something like this is, you make a decision with how you're going to set up your business, and something like that makes it harder. It's this definitely is not helping us be successful because it's not doing its part, contributing to our success. Um, yeah, not doing its part at all, literally at all. So, anyhow, please follow Digital T-Shirt Shop. See if we can turn this around, and we'll give you some more information later on it.